Okay, 221, navigation chart from the Marshall Islands in Micronesia. So this piece, and again, there are many of this type of thing, I'll show you a few others, is specific to the Marshall Islands. Um, the Marshall Islands are not that far apart. There are a little more, about 1,000 of the islands or islets, little bits and pieces. They're not that far apart, no more than 75 miles apart from one island to another. However, they're really low on the horizon line, and so when traveling from one island to the next, it would be very easy to miss it. And so these are navigation charts showing the currents, the swells, the winds, et cetera, so that they could successfully navigate from one island to another. So just so you know, so there's kind of a picture of a number of the Marshall Islands together. There are more little bits and pieces than just this, but gives you a sense. They are spread out, as it notes here, across 34 coral atolls. I had to look up what that is. An atoll is a ring-shaped coral reef, including a coral rim. So that's kind of cool. So you can see that they're in those as well. Factoid for you. Again, I mentioned they were really low, so you couldn't see them from more than a couple miles away. So they had to make these charts to get from one place to another. Each chart had to be specific for a one particular point from which you were leaving. They couldn't be passed around. The diagonals and the curves represent the swells and the winds. The shells in the chart, in the map, represent the islands. They don't get carried on voyages. They are looked at and memorized. They look kind of like abstract art, so you can imagine seeing this. I can imagine seeing this in a museum or in a gallery. So a few more, quite beautiful. So obviously with a really functional purpose, or a real clear function, practical purpose, but has an aesthetic quality that we can certainly appreciate. All right, Malagan masks will be almost the last one.